Check. Back with another episode of the DJ Need Love 2 show. I go by the name of DJ Battio. I have a very, very special guest. And I know I say that all the time, but today I feel like I have one of the best guests, the best DJs in the city. I got DJ Tay in the building.
What's up, bro?
What's up, my boy? We got to say it right. DJ Tay Productions in the building. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a very productive DJ. He works on the production side, right? A lot on production side. I know I met you backstage at InvestFest a couple years ago.
Right.
And we've been rocking since, bro.
Yeah. It's almost a year and a half, 2 years
ago.
Yeah,
yep. Man. And I can say out of all of the DJs that I've met, this has been one of the most profitable and knowledgeable DJs that I've been around. So we're going to get right into it, bro.
Let's
get right into it. Corporate events versus the clubs.
Corporate versus clubs.
Yeah.
How I got the corporate was really more so my mom's.
Yeah.
When I was doing the clubs in college.
Okay.
Like, I don't really like you in the clubs. And ever since she kind of spoke that in the air, I'm a big believer of faith and everything like that.
Okay.
It just didn't really sit right with me, even though I tried to run from it.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was pursuing a degree and everything. So the corporate side of things, honestly, the decision to actually take DJing seriously after investing a certain amount of money, like the return was more so on the corporate side.
Right.
And it allowed me to still pursue my corporate job and do everything without being out late at night. So
yeah. And that's the important things about DJing now is about being safe.
Yeah.
Especially now, you know, I mean, I know you felt that way and mom felt that way back then, but now it's very, very dangerous out here in these clubs, you know what I'm saying? If I could say the least.
That it is dangerous, but also, I mean, it's other things that come with the club for me that kind of stirred me the other direction.
Right.
Just having somebody else touch your money before you get it as a DJ, not being in control of the whole situation.
Right.
So on the corporate side, like I control everything. I control when I get paid, how much I get paid, everything.
Well, let's get into it because I'm excited about this interview because like I've learned a lot. I want the people to know I've learned a lot. A lot of people look at me in the streets of DJing as he's always talking business.
Right.
And I've gotten that from DJ Tay Productions and shout out to my guy DJ Duval. A lot of business I've gotten from you guys.
Right,
man.
right.
And let's get to it, man. So first of all, how do you attract these clients? First of all, if you want to just give a gem out, what's one thing a DJ can do to attract big clients?
It's book an event from an event. That's one of the big things. I used to do network marketing back in the day, but book an event from an event. So for me, what that looks like anytime I'm performing, it's not about the event and the client anymore per se. Like the clients already booked me for the event. So now my goal is to show my skills, show my talent, and make whoever else in that room feel like I need that DJ for my next event.
Nice.
And so once you go from there, you just move from one event to the next event. So now you're booking an event from an event, and word of mouth will carry, from there. Of course, you have marketing things that play into it to kind of increase that, but just book an event from an event. Simple as that.
And is it important to like have somebody with you because you're actually DJing? So while you're DJing, are you engaged in that part, or is a DJ when he's done? He has to take that time out to pack up, but still spend some time on meeting people?
All right, so that's tricky. So that tip really came from my mentor.
Okay.
2014 was more so when I was at my pivotal point when I had just started to touch six figures in my business.
Okay.
I met my mentor, DJ Mark Battio of One Sound.
Mark Battio, yeah.
Entertainment. And so I had a conversation with them, and one of the tips and gems I got out of that conversation was to always bring somebody with you. Such as a roadie or whatnot, just to help you set up.
Right.
Because what it is, it makes you look more official.
Right.
Because now you're able to, if you need to meet with a planner, you need to meet with somebody, you need to shake hands, you're able to do that, and you have someone set up. And then other thing, you don't want to look sweaty setting up your equipment and turn around, you're the same person DJ. So it just brings you a more professional standpoint to your business.
And we was going to talk about the invoice in a little bit more, but so is that something that you put in the invoice that you bringing them, or is that something that comes out of your budget? We want to know.
That's a great question. But no, and I give you like the analogy. It's like me going to the club, me ordering a drink, and I look at the tab, they charge me for ice. I don't want to see that I paid $2 for ice.
Right.
Just add it to the bill. It's included in the drink.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So it's the same thing when I'm DJing. It's included in my fee.
Okay.
The client doesn't even know that I'm bringing another person that they have to pay for that. Because it's like, why are you penny pinching? It makes you seem like you're...
Right. You're doing them, yeah. But it's a strategic way on getting it done.
I mean, it's the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
Like, this may be one of your questions, but a question I get is always,
I think
how do you charge, or how do you charge for an event, or how do I raise my prices?
Yeah.
So most DJs out here just You know, they just charging whatever they feel like.
Right.
But
yeah. So that was definitely one of my questions. All right. So let's segue into it. Right. You doing DJ at a higher scale,
right,
at a higher level, and
right.
the way that looks is like, all right, I'm DJing the Vest Fest, but I see this man back there, so whatever he did to get here, I need to know how to do that next. And how now I'm looking like, I meet him, I'm like, I don't know how he would write his invoice, but he's doing a lot right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning on itemizing everything, and let's break that down for the people.
Right. We can't talk about InvestFest because InvestFest, not just yet, because that's a conference. So that's
a conference,
bigger
So we're gonna get to that scale in a minute,
of an event. But just talking about the basic event.
Okay.
First, everything has to make money. Everything that you bring to the building has to make money.
Right.
Your car that you're going to drive has to make money. You have to account for the gas. Most people don't sit down and do the math to know their numbers.
Let's do it.
Once you understand your numbers, you know how to charge accurately, and you don't feel like, oh man, I feel like I just did this event and I feel like I didn't make enough.
I didn't make no money, yeah.
Right. So
that's a feeling a lot of people do have, man.
Right. So the easiest thing that you can do without having to do a whole lot right now, but first off, whatever you bring, if you didn't have any equipment, say somebody stole all your equipment and next event you had to do, you had to rent everything. I want you to call your local guitar center or local rental place and literally get the prices for everything that you have to bring. So that's means speakers, your speaker stands, cables, the wireless microphone, everything. By the time you get that bill, you're probably going to be almost up. And then also the cost to go get the equipment, and then the cost to go take the equipment back. The time that's associated with that.
Okay.
You're probably going to be at least close to $400 to $500.
Right.
You're charging $400 or $500 for the event. You're not making no money.
You're making no
your
money.
equipment's not making any money, so you have no money to invest in your equipment. And we didn't even talk about the controller, the turntables. Like you have to rent all that.
Yeah.
So now you have that fee. Your equipment has to make money.
Your equipment has to make money.
Because if you didn't have this equipment, you would have to rent it anyway.
Right.
Most clients, they come to DJs because they get the equipment cheaper. But if they have to go through their local AV company at the hotel that they have an event, they're going to charge them an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
So you guys are undercutting the whole industry by charging these astronomical prices that are way below what the event should be.
Facts, man.
So then after you count for the equipment, then you add your hourly fee for DJing.
Right.
What are you worth the hour? Break that down.
So let's break that down real quick. What is the hourly fee included? Is it performance? Is it experience? How does that look on the invoice?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything.
Yeah.
On the invoice, I don't get that granular. I mean, the client just wants to know how much does it cost to do the service.
Okay.
Certain events, once you're doing production, meaning AV type stuff, conference and stuff, you can then break down per speaker. But from your typical client, they don't care.
Yeah.
They just want you to provide the service.
Right there.
But you just need to include that into your price point. And maybe just list out and provide a speaker system, microphones, DJ services, the ability to, to be able to customize your playlist.
Right.
And then put the price. But you have to know that in your head. Like you may need an Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheet document where you have all those numbers done out. And then of course the hourly, you don't want to factor in the time. You want to factor in your setup time. You don't charge for setup time. That's a part of what has to be done in order to do the job.
That's important. Because I'm looking at invoices and they charging for the setup time.
I mean, parking, you need to do your research. If you're going downtown to a hotel or an event space downtown, hey, add in $20 for parking. Whether you need it or not, just add it in. Don't add a line item for it, because now the client's going to say, oh, I don't need you to pay for parking. Just add it in. And don't be worried about, hey, client, I need you to pay for this parking. Nah, handle everything. Handle your business. Straightforward. Handle your business. Document it. Know your numbers, and then you'll never have that feeling like I just DJed this event. I felt like I didn't get paid enough.
We're going to name this episode, Know Your Numbers. Know Your Numbers.
That's what it is.
So you said something in your conversation just now, in a conversation just now, microphones. And a lot of DJs mess up with microphones, including myself. I've been one of those DJs. What is the best microphones you should buy if you're trying to be on, that you just get booked for a baby shower or a wedding and they expecting you to have good equipment? I've purchased those little 79 microphones and it does not work out. Tay, break it down for us.
It's levels to it. I would say at minimum the Shure microphone that's cost, I think, for one microphone it's like $329. They have a dual pack that's about $549. That's at minimum. If you're
talking good quality,
you're gonna need to pay about $1,500 for a microphone. I got a full set of microphones cost $5,000. I use that every single wedding.
Yeah, the best.
It's the best microphones, lapels and a handheld system. It's 4 microphones. The best system ever, and best believe.
So it's a certain thing
built into my budget.
Oh yeah. I was gonna get to that too.
A rule of thumb: whatever you buy, you take 10% of it. Whatever 10% of it is, that's how much you charge each time you use that equipment. So you should be able to pay for that equipment and make the cost of the equipment within 10 times of using it.
I agree with that, and I just learned that. God. So,
everything, wires, everything.
So when they're buying a microphone, is there certain words they should be looking for, like stereo? Is there certain words we should be staying away from?
Nowadays, microphones have evolved. UHF used to be but now I think most microphones are UHF.
Okay.
It's frequency. It just depends on what area you live in. So, yeah. I mean, we're in a digital age, so you may be across the world, so your frequency across the world is going to be different from the frequency band that we use here in the United States.
Right.
So you just have to be aware of that.
Let's jump a couple notches real quick. We was backstage a couple events ago, and we were talking about the wireless speakers that they're coming out with.
Right.
How do you feel about those? Do you think those are good for clubs, conferences, or just something like regularly, really private?
I just had a situation at Ross House that didn't play out accurately.
Wow. Let's talk about it.
By trying to use wireless system. But honestly, just cable it.
Just cable it, yeah.
Cable it. At all, just cable it. If it's that big of a deal, cable it. Unless you're trying to do a wireless system where if that speaker doesn't work, you still have other speakers that's going to cover the area.
Right.
It's just for like a side fill.
Yeah.
Break that down, side fill, just to kind of provide like an ambient sound to where it's not like the main focal speaker. Just cable it. If you're doing like an ambience, a side fill, line of sight, just to keep that in line of sight. As long as you can see the speaker can see you clearly without having to cross through people, it should work.
That's a gem.
But then again, I mean, like I said, UHF, some of the higher end, the more you pay, the better the quality. Simple as that.
Right. So I don't even have to ask the speaker question. Is it the more you pay, the better the quality? And what's the best speakers for any DJ that just said, I'm about to buy a new set? What should they be getting right now, 2022?
That's a hard question. You asked me now.
I'm being a little unruly. Yeah,
different speakers.
I've noticed this guy is the guru of the system, the sound system.
Well, man. I mean, of course. I mean,
yeah.
So, when you go into corporate weddings, you're your own business. Like, people come to you for the service that you provide. So, everything I own, everything I bring to the event speaks for the company, speaks for the brand that I'm building. So, yes, the equipment, the speakers, the microphones I bring, I'm looking at the best of the best to be able to provide the best quality for my clients.
Right.
Anyone should also be doing the same thing if you're going into that direction. You can't expect to make money if you're not willing to spend the money in order to generate that.
Yeah.
All right? So when it comes to speakers, I mean, the best speaker, it depends on what you're using it for. But, of course, I'm a JBL house. Most people use QSC.
Right.
I love my JBLs. I own some QSC. I own EV.
You said the EV, yeah.
I own LD systems. So, I mean, I own it all. Speakers is just like a car. It's just a different brand.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the car can get you from point A to point B. Same thing with a speaker. Just the larger the event. Also, when we speak into our culture just typically likes music played at a louder volume.
Yeah.
And also likes some added bass. So you're also going to be looking at subwoofers added into that as well. Most times, wattage-wise, we're looking at anything about 2,000 watts is where we are right now. This day and age, even with the subwoofer, we want at least 2,000 watts powered. We're not pushing amps anymore. Get your powered speaker. For me, it's important to look at the weight. Because if I'm bringing multiple sets of equipment, more than just speakers, like the weight of it also plays a factor. So I'm looking at the weight. I'm also looking at the size. I have other DJs that work with my company. So if I need to loan them out a piece of equipment, I need to make sure they'll fit in the car. Yeah. So I run 12s. I don't run 15s. I add a sub that'll make up for the difference. Yeah. So for me, I prefer 12s over 15s. It's more easily transportable and they're lighter.
Yeah. I agree with that too, man. So let's get to the wedding DJ segment because everybody wants Tay for the wedding. When you getting Tay, it's really tough to DJ a wedding. It's so much pressure, so much.
It's not tough.
It's not tough because at this point it's like a walk in the park for you. But I know DJs travel the world. They do this. They get this money for the DJing, but they cannot DJ a wedding. What's the skill set and the preparation behind being ready for a wedding?
For a wedding, let me disclose the myth. The myth is most DJs coming from the club scene is like, I don't want to DJ a wedding because I can't DJ. It's just playing the same songs over and over. We're not breaking music.
Yeah.
Like, I'm limited to what I can do. That's false.
That's very false.
That's false.
Yes.
That's false. Most clients want the club atmosphere by the time they end the wedding. So you just also have to know how to create an experience from start to finish.
From start to finish.
You have to know how to read the crowd. So it truly exposes the DJ who may not truly be a DJ. Because in a club, you can just play the hottest songs in a set back to back, and you can make it through the night. With the wedding, it's a little bit more science to it. So you actually
let's talk the science, Tay. Let's talk the science.
I mean, you have to understand why people dance first and foremost.
Yeah.
But also you have to understand that you're working for the client, or you're partnering with the client, the couple.
Right.
So it's not necessarily all about you. However, you do have your input. You do have your style that you can inflame, but you also have to be open to understanding what another person, i.e. the couple in this point, what their needs are, what their vision is.
Yep.
So when it comes to the music aspect, you have to be open and understand that this isn't just about playing the songs that the DJ, want to play, but what songs does the couple like? Where are they from?
You got to be selfless. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If they're from DC, you got to know you have to know music.
You got to know your DC set. Yep.
Yeah. If they're from West Coast, you got to know the West Coast set. If they're from up top, if they're from Jamaica, they're from Africa, you have to be able to mix well.
Right.
And to be able to incorporate different genres, different styles of music in a way that you may have never played before. Yeah. And you have to do it almost in a quicker fashion because you have to understand and read the dance floor when it comes to the music aspect. Going into a wedding, it's a lot more than just the music.
Just the music, yeah.
It's not just DJing. Yeah. It's also about how you look, how you present yourself.
I agree.
But then again, also how you handle business, how you communicate with people.
I agree,
the same reason people go to Chick-fil-A versus going to Zaxby's. It's the service that they get. When someone's booking you for their wedding, they don't mind spending the money. They don't mind spending.
Yeah, it's in the budget already.
I get paid over $6,000 to do a wedding.
It's in the budget already, yeah.
It's not about the money.
Yeah.
It's about knowing that they can trust you to provide the service and the experience they want to create.
Right.
And once you can do that, then the money will come.
So let's talk like cocktail hour. Like a lot of DJs don't know what to play during cocktail hour. Like why is it important? Because under the insurance, and we're gonna talk insurance too, but like cocktail hour when people are relaxing and the music can't be too high. Why is that? Why a lot of DJs don't know that, but why is it important to have the music low and have certain songs and certain instrumentals during the cocktail hour?
Cocktail hours, you just understand what cocktail hour is. Most times just go to an event and understand, like when you go to a restaurant, the music is not banging, trying to fight for your attention. It's in the background.
Yeah.
Most people are trying to socialize, they're trying to drink. That's what cocktail hour is for. So it's understanding the vibe and the experience for that moment.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of DJs don't have insurance. Why is it important to have insurance, especially if you're getting booked for weddings and events of that nature?
You should have insurance in any event that you do, but the easiest thing is pretty much if someone trip over your cable that you probably didn't tape down, that you didn't.
Let's talk about it.
That you didn't properly lay. If somebody kicks a stand and a speaker falls on them, like now they're coming after you because they tripped, and it could have been grandma that's 95 years old that tripped and broke her leg, so she's not going to heal as quick.
So do they go to the venue first, and then the venue comes to you, or do they go straight to the DJ?
Either way.
I've seen it happen both ways.
It can come either way. Even with when we get to special enhancements, with the sparklers, which is like fireworks, with clouds, they can make the floor wet. The sparklers, they're cold, but if someone sticks their face close enough to it, it can cause an issue. But those are also things that could then fall back on the DJ.
Right.
Also, honestly, just being late.
Yeah.
If you DJing somebody's wedding, you don't show up, they can come after you as the DJ.
Yeah. This is the one right here. So you have a dope partner when you do these weddings, and Jason, out to Jason. Yeah. And I know you work with other people. So how do you build relationships and trust to know that you're trusting them with what you're doing? Like, you know, I ask a lot of DJs, do they rather have a host? Some of them say no. And I feel like the way your music sounds is because you have a really good one. So why is it important to have a really good one, and how do you develop that trust for that person?
Yeah, so let's break that down. So what he's speaking of is I offer a service to where I offer DJ services, and aside from the DJ service, we bring in a separate MC separate from the DJ. Yeah. All right. So with that, I do offer the service to where DJs and MCs. It's not that I can't DJ.
Yeah, right.
What it is, once you break down that role, and it's more so going back to understand why people dance.
Right.
Once you have a great MC that understands why people dance, and understands how to read a room, right, and make a person who may not know the next person in the room, because most times at weddings, people that come to the wedding know the couple. They may not know everybody else in the room. So now you're taking a foreign person, putting them in a room around a bunch of people, and they don't know each other. So they're immediately uncomfortable. Right. Most people don't like to dance. It's a very small group of people that whatever song you play, they're just going to instantly run to the dance floor. Yeah. Most people don't like to dance, or they will dance depending on what the energy and the vibe is in the room.
So they're waiting for somebody else to do it first.
Right. So you put an MC that truly knows how to MC, that owns the dance floor. The MC does not stand by the DJ, does not stand back, does not touch the controller. Yeah. The MC owns, he lives on the dance floor. He makes every announcement from the middle of the dance floor the whole night. He's dancing. He's leading the line dances. Females are typically the first ones on the dance floor. Right. He's dancing with every single female.
Every single one.
He's going to make his way around every single female. He's going to make them feel like they have a partner. Yes. And it's not just like he's going to so he's breaking the ice in the room to make the dance floor feel comfortable. Most people look at a dance floor like a sheet of ice. Yeah. No one wants to be on this ice.
No one wants to be on that ice
by themselves.
And look,
And no one wants to look crazy because they know everyone's looking at them. That's the reason why most people don't dance when they go to the club. They're more worried about what the person to the left or to the right of them is saying to them about
and that's so crazy that's so crazy.
People go to the clubs now for a fashion show.
It's a fashion show,
like, man. That's another reason why I got out of the clubs. Like, people don't dance no more.
Yep. And we're gonna talk about that in a second too. So we can't do this show without doing the flowers segment. I want you to give 3 DJs their flowers and why for each DJ.
Yeah. Really, for me, it's more so for me being the person I am and where I'm at in my career. So one, I have to start with DJ Siblings, which is one of the main reasons why I started DJing, and DJ Spins.
Shout out to them, yes sir.
Started DJing when I was in high school, but it's because these two young individuals. DJ Spins, super producer now. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't know he was a DJ first, but he literally understood the business and put himself out here. He actually took me to my first DJs DJs conference down in Miami back in 2007. Wow. C Blends, his dad was a great DJ. He's been DJing since he was young. Literally, I kind of just, once DJing transitioned to Serato, like the first month Serato came out. I'm an have an IT major, IT background, so I instantly fell in love with that. And literally, Carl's been my friend from beginning, literally kind of showed me the ropes and broke that down for me.
That's hard.
To this day where Carl actually is one of the DJs that DJs for my team. That's C Blends, my bad. Spins.
Shout out to Spins, yeah.
One of my best friends today, man. Literally can call him. And then DJ Mark Battle, one of my mentors that really kind of took me from that just making 6 figures to being able to make multiple 6 figures within my company, just like sitting down with him. Literally, I was scared to call this man, send a message, but he was the first black man I saw on like Atlanta's Who's Who that was a black African-American DJing weddings. And like, so it was a vision for me that I never thought was possible for a black individual in the corporate scene without having to follow artists, not having to be in the clubs.
And I'm gonna be honest, before you get to your next DJ, I didn't think that was possible either until I met you guys. Like seriously, and it's like it's taking my career to a different aspect. I'm able to take care of my family on different levels now, and this is the reason why I got you here, because I feel like these DJs need to understand that you're not going to be a DJ forever, and you can start here, but you can go this way, because when you DJ in the streets, it shows you that route. Right. But until you meet people, it show you that you can go that way too, and then it can look like this. You know what I'm saying?
DJ technology.
DJ technology, yeah.
Yeah, technology also. He's a great DJ in his craft. But tech, I met him when I was in college. Like still one of my dogs today. Call him. He do events for me as well. But yeah, he's just a mastermind of knowledge, across the board.
With the DJ thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then Duval is why why we got the connection now. So
Duval, yeah.
This guy, I've been trying to put him in some type of form of entertainment since I met him in college. It's just now, it just came to fruition. That's one of my good friends, best friends now.
Yeah.
To this day, but he's also kind of helped me kind of put what I know in my head, and been one of the influential people to kind of help me now start bringing out the ebook, bringing out the training course, to put the knowledge in for our culture. Several other different educational platforms for people who don't look like us, but it's different. It's different. It's different. So I want to kind of be able to working together to put together a platform. It's called the DJ Playbook. It'll be coming soon.
Right.
Lily putting a whole team around me to be able to kind of still run the business, so we can then focus and start bringing this together and bring the life for 2023.
That's right, man.
So yeah, that's what I got going. That's the DJs that I have to give my flowers to.
That's dope, man. So I got one more question for you. Very, very busy. I always, when I watch your social, I'm like, damn, he over there, and then he gonna be over here. Then I know he's gonna be over there. How do you make time for practice and perfecting your craft if you're always on the business part? Like, when are you doing them crates? Are you doing it on the airport? Or are you doing it on the plane? You know what I'm saying?
That's a question that kind of slaps me in the face, because I don't practice as much as I want to. I don't spend as much time on the crates as much as I want to. Okay. Now, like you said, I've been focusing on the business. The business is what pays you. Once it really kind of gets out, the talent can only take you so far, but the business is truly what pays you. So, for me, I kind of have focused on the business more than the talent aspect. But for me now, like you said, on the plane, from events, like that's one thing I can say. In the realm that I am, I don't play in the same room. I just did a full Latin party. Masquerade party where 90% of the music was Latin, and this was a younger population, so I'm having to play some of the new. So in like literally was the day of, the day before, and at the event. But having the understanding of music, I still have an ear to be able to hear a song very quickly and be able to cast judgment and know, but also being able to read the crowd, so I can play a song but easily transition out of it within 8 bars. Yeah. So that's one of the things I have the ability to quickly DJ.
It's a DJ.
Most DJs
it's a music.
Like to let the songs ride. But knowing how to get in and get out of songs, I can test the song real quick on the fly and know how to transition out of it.
And we're gonna invite you back because I want to do the I think your academy is gonna be dope because the DJs that I'm around, they're very scared of weddings, but they know how profitable they can be, and it's about getting to the next level. So once you have that on deck, man, we're gonna send a whole community over there and get it started, man, because this is what we need, man. We need to get to the next level. I feel like DJs should be able to pay their mom's rent, the kids, everything. They can be able to take care of a lot of stuff. Shouldn't just shortchange yourself out here.
Absolutely, but you definitely have to understand the business. If anybody, while you wait for that interview, what you can do now is literally focus on understanding the business and customer service. The talent part is cool, but the customer service and the business part is what puts you in that element to now to be able to get that pay that you want. But you have to understand that you have to provide a service, and you have to provide a great service for the people when you go into that element.
And that's how we're going to do it. We're going to end it off like this. Give the people one more tip. Tell them where they can find you, and let's rock up out of here. DJs Need Love too.
All right, I'm DJ Tay. You can find me at DJ Tay Productions, at DJ Tay Productions, on everything, Instagram, Facebook, DJTay.com is the website. My last tip, my last jewel, simply would be just go out and be great and make sure you leave everybody that you interact with, whether you're DJing or whether you're talking, like leave them better than they met you. So you want to provide a energy that makes them want to be in your arena, in your atmosphere again. And like, so if you do that in every aspect, you'll continue to book events from events. You'll continue to get people to follow you on social media. You'll continue to build that community, to build that following that you need to then be able to market to and be able to cast that vision. DJing, it's a talent, but the business is built from people to people and just genuinely providing a great service for each and everybody you serve.
I stand by this message. This is DJ Battio. This is another episode of the DJs Need Love 2 show. We out.
Peace.